Alright, so how did the story come to be? Well, right around the time I started joining the fandom, I noticed a lot of grimdark fics. I mean, a lot. Almost one for each of the main six. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to become a puritanical, they should do this with my characters! No. They are perfectly allowed to do that. Hell, I bet Cupcakes is probably bad or good, I don't care. And I'm not being a, no, this shouldn't happen! No. Or this is how bad the Brody community is! Please! After seeing To the Exam Day, I don't think anybody's willing to talk. All fandoms have their good fanfics, their bad fanfics. It's just that I've noticed that Pony has always had more good than bad. And I'm not being a, no, nobody should be writing this type of crap. How do you? No. If there was any lesson I hope anybody took away from Fall Starfleet, it was that any idea can be a good one. You just need to put the effort, time, and love into it. But one thing had been on my mind. How would every pony react to this? How would the in-canon characters act to the bad events? It also just so happened that I was rewatching Aladdin at the time. Because that's the thing that happens. And I saw Mirage. Now, you know that there's an MLP villain called Katarina, right? Well, I saw Mirage, and I was just thinking about Discord. Now, in Aladdin, there's a bad guy, a little kitty cat by the name of Chaos. See the similarity here? Who acted a lot like Q. Again, sorry. But then there was Mirage. And I began to think to myself, you know, Mirage's style, her making nightmares, sounds very much in line with what would happen on the show. So, you have an idea of how would the canon characters react versus bringing in Mirage, a crossover character. And thus, the story was made. So, here now, fully read, for our 5th anniversary of being on FanFiction, we present to you Equestria's Mirage! Chapter 1. This is a troubling universe. Twilight sat silently in her room, laying the comfortable covers of her bed warm her through the morning. As she slept, she could feel as though something was weird in the area, as though something dark was flowing through the house. Opening her eyes slowly, she saw a heartbroken and depressed dragon sitting on her bed. Spike, what's wrong? Twilight asked, rubbing her eyes. Twilight, we got a letter for Celestia, said Spike, holding it in his hand, almost in tears. A letter? What's on it? Why are you crying? Twilight asked, sitting up in her bed, wiping a tear from his eye. It says that we're leaving Ponyville forever, Spike stirred as he cried. What? With permission and love of Hasbro and the great goddess Faust, Equestria's Mirage. Give me that letter! Twilight yelled, horn glowing purple as he took the paper from his claws, mind racing about the possible reasons for this. He began to read. Dear former student. Former student? Also, I was going to take some pop shots at certain fanfics I found stupid, i.e., the Canterlot wedding fix and the Murderwell fix. Well, I've been doing that since 2013. I found your recent studies and achievements to be surely lacking. You have failed me at every turn so far, and your studies into friendship deplorable. You allowed yourself to be beaten, driven mad, and broken too many times to be a proper student. Also, this was writing on a commentary on why on certain reviews, observations, analysis that I had seen that just annoyed me at the time. This doesn't make sense. Celestia knows the reasons for some of the stuff that's happened to me. Why would she do this? Most troubling are the marital incident, the wedding, which you could have stopped if you were any brighter, and the mass murder of several clones. All of which you could have done something about if you were brighter, but you are not. It appears I placed too much faith in you. Very well, but me, Dash, and the others already talked about and made up. There were so many apologies going around after the wedding. I think we're going to be doing more apologizing than having a good time for a bit. And murder? But they're just magical constructs. How could she... Thus, you have found not only to be unworthy of your friends, but unworthy of being my student. I have no need of a student who cannot take my lessons seriously, and will hurt your friends as much as you have. You are hereby ordered to return to Canterlot at once. Be dismissed from my teachings and sent away so you'll never disgrace me or any pony yourselves' presence again. Banished? Dismissed? Taken from my friends? The letter dropped to the floor as Twilight sat there in utter shock. This can't be happening. Spike, come on, we gotta tell the others. Twilight, I can't, Spike said as he walked towards the door sullen. Why not? Twilight said, looking at Spike, eyes wide with shock. Because, well... Celeste found my birth parents, Spike said, a smile across his face. They're waiting outside right now to fly me home and spend time with me. Can you believe it? And with that, Spike ran out the door and did not look back. Watching her surrogate brother run out the door broke the young mare's heart. Wanting to catch up to say her goodbyes, Twilight ran out the door after him. However, as she got outside, we saw no one there except for the busy streets of Ponyville. He didn't even say goodbye. Twilight lowered her head, tears rolling down her cheeks. Somewhere in the streets, an Egyptian cat watched and smiled. Twilight began to walk through Ponyville, searching for friends. She did not care if it was Celestia who told her to leave town. She would be damned before she left anyone for friends, and determined to find out why the princess was doing this. First thing to do would be find her friends and tell them what's going on. She walked. She saw a blonde pony walking down the street with her head down. Applejack! Twilight said. Sorry, sir. Can't talk right now. Applejack said as she walked away from Twilight, a sullen look in her eyes as she got farther away. I gotta help Brayburn get settled in at home, she said as she walked farther and farther away. But I have to tell you that the prince... Twilight slowly stopped her news, watching as her friend slowly left her. Turning up at a flying south, she caught a look at a blue pony. Rainbow! I need to tell you something important! Sorry, Twilight, can't talk. Flashlight's missing and I have to find her, said Rainbow as she began to look around the sky for a few seconds. Wait, Flashlight's missing? Since when? What happened? Twilight asked, her own problems forgotten immediately. I don't know. I flew by her home this morning to get some food for Tank. Found the place empty. Thought she might have gone for a walk. But then I noticed that some of the animals looked hungry. Like he hadn't been fed for days. Dad says he began to look around and then took off once more. I'll try to look for her, Twilight says. She watched the rainbow contrail fly off. As soon as I fix my own problems. She then lowered her muzzle as a realization she'll soon be leaving her friends and be unable to help Fluttershy at all. Walking to boutique in the corner turned up nothing but locked doors and signs that he would be back tomorrow. Feeling alone, broken, without any help, she walked away slowly to the train center, to only encounter a broken down train. No trains today, they said. They'll be sending a chariot tomorrow, they said. These words passed into Twilight's mind and left her feeling like her world was slowly crumbling. Somewhere, an Egyptian cat watched the purple unicorn and smiled. Next morning, Twilight woke slowly. She was about to ask for Spike, but remembered that Spike had left her. He would soon have to leave her family behind. Leaning out of bed, she heard some fighting yelling outside. What's going on? Applejack? Twilight asked as she got out of the library and watched as her friend was being taken away. "We're arresting this filly for the murder of what's going on," Just the Fact said as he dragged Applejack away. "Murder? Who did she—" Before Twilight could answer her question, Applejack answered, "Brayburn. I killed him last night," Applejack said, looking Twilight in the eyes. "I had to, Twilight. I had no choice." "No choice, but—" Twilight looked as looking at Applejack, getting grunted by the blonde pony. "Twilight, he was drunk. He was going to kill Apple Bloom. I had to protect her," Applejack said as she was carried away. "Okay. This bit, there was this tumbler I found where it dealt with Applejack being raped by Brayburn when she was younger. And then one day Brayburn came home and raped Applejack again. Then he had plans for Apple Bloom. This is that story. Before she could say anything, a loud sound of lightning was heard coming from Squeaky Corner. Worried, she ran to the store and saw Rainbow in front of her. Rainbow Dash was standing over Pinky's charred corpse, panting in rage. I had to do it, Twi. I had to. Rainbow Dash turned away from the fried body of the pink pony as he walked to another part of the store. Dash, what happened? Why did you kill Pinky? Twilight asked as he watched Rainbow go to a bloody yellow body on the floor. I found Fluttershy, Dash said, picking up the yellow form, holding her close to her. I came here to see if Pinky had seen anything. When I came, I heard a quiet scream and ran to the basement. I saw Pinky murdering her! She had knives in her body, cutting her to ribbons. I could always see red as I went to her, demanding why. She came out with some BS about Flutters being evil and trying to turn ponies into babies to fill her sick desires. It was trying to save us all. You people might remember Patty Cake. Yeah, where Fluttershy might rate Rainbow Dash into being a baby. I treated her as such. I didn't buy her for a second. Fought her. She put up a good fight for a while. Then I brought in a good lightning cloud to finish her fight. She died begging me to understand. I didn't listen. Dash had cradled the dead Pegasus in her legs, whimpering while Twilight left the building. As he watched where the carriage would be waiting, she could hear noises from the boutique. Curious, she looked inside and saw Rarity petting a dead cat and looking like a deranged mare. Oh! Hi, insane Rarity! Twilight could make out the words, Molly Sympathy, Molly Sympathy, from outside the window. Slowly she backed away in horror, unable to take all the pain and horror she's seeing. That was when the carriage came and took her away. Somewhere, an Egyptian cat watched and smiled, her eyes going green. Twilight stood in front of Celestia, listening to everything she had said, and her reasons was she was now expelled from her teacher services. In reality, her mind was not really there. Her mind was back at Ponyville and what became of her closest friends. She could only think about what was going on, tried to wrap her mind on what could have caused it. Are you still thinking of your friends? Don't you remember how they could abandon you in an instant, just when their own goals are in sight? Remember? They did not abandon me! We talked it over after everything was said and done. They had plans to talk to me after the reception, even if I was wrong. It was their intention all along to apologize to me, talk to me about what had happened, and try and make up for it. They told me, no matter how mad they would get, they would never abandon me. Twilight said, her mind only on the good times of her friends. Such devotion, Celestia said, shaking her head in disapproval. She began now talking down to Twilight, pointing out every fault she had had. However, Twilight became distracted by the tail of a blue cat. Finally, she chased the feline down the hall until she came into a room surrounded by glass windows. Ozzy sees a cat. She noticed that the creature had a moon on its forehead. Ozzy it closely. She noticed that the cat pointed its paw to the first of the windows. Twilight carefully. Wait, that's me, asleep in my bed. That's some hand putting us in green orbs, taking us away from our homes. And that's us asleep in another. This is a dream! This isn't real! Twilight yelled as she concentrated her magic into a powerful burst, shattering the orbs she was in. Waking up slowly, she looked around her surroundings. She saw that she was in a room held aloft by pillars, lit by burning torches. The room was surrounded by strange symbols that showed different stories of people falling before the power of a cat god. In the very back of the room was a throne. Draped across the arms was a bipedal creature who looked at Twilight menacingly. Well, look who woke up, the creature said as she stood up. She was clothed in a red top and a piece of clothing covering her loins. Walking slowly, her gray fur shone in the darkness. I want to congratulate you, Twilight Sparkle, on being the first one to break out of your nice little nightmare. Who are you? Twilight asked, getting a good look at the feline head that sat on top of the body, knowing she must be some cat something hybrid. My name is Mirage. The Grey Woman then bowed, a smile gracing her lips. And welcome to the worst nightmare of your life. Okay, let's see what we got here. Scene with Fluttershy, Daisy, and Pinky. Hardest thing to ever write. Oh, at the time I was such a sissy. Oh, and when I was about to write the line of rape, I couldn't do it. Oh, I had scruples back then. And, oh, that was the Tumblr that had a crazed rarity. Little Miss Rarity. None of you are going to remember it. And the Braybird part, that's Crabblejack. I wonder if it's still on. I'll be right back. Wow. But it was interesting going back. The days before I had a constant editor. Next chapter, Embodiment Scheme. You know, I shouldn't have split this up. Mirage, like you kidnapped me and my friends. Where are we? Who are you? Twilight asked, looking at the cat lady as he watched her back to her throne. Mirage grabbed a bottle of wine from the side table and poured herself a cup to drink. She laid herself over the arms of her throne, petting one of her large two cats that sat at her side. You are currently in my home. As for what I am and why I have your friends, let's just call me an embodiment of evil. Much like Discord is the embodiment of... She let out a shudder at the thought of what Discord represented. Chaos. I make it my personal hobby to travel from universe to universe. It causes horror, pain, fear, and destruction of hope to each. I used to make my home in one particular universe, but an annoyance would always find a way to ruin my fun. One day, I became fed up with my losses and made my way here. Interesting enough, I found another version of that annoyance here. So where are you after my friends? Twilight asked, fellow eyes looking at the two large cats of Mirage's size. Here, cats. They feed on fear and grow stronger from it. Better be careful. Why? Because when I got to your little dimension, I found it filled with happiness, love, and hope. It sickened me. So, I decided to find the thing that represented the ideals and virtues of the world the most, break them, and unleash a huge amount of destruction on the continent, allowing myself to watch as the ponies suffer and rise. Imagine my shock then when I saw that the virtues of laughter. She then waved a hand to show an image of a pink pony blowing up a balloon. Loyalty. She showed a proof Pegasus flying off into the sky. Honesty. Showed an image of an orange bear kicking a tree. Generosity. A white unicorn sparkling. Kindness. My most hated and disgusting of all. Showed an image of a yellow Pegasus feeding a bunny. And magic. All embodied in 6 ponies. So I decided to take you away from your homes and break your spirits. You can't! This girl already tried and failed! Twilight stated. They started chasing in order to not show anything to give away to what she was thinking. Ah, but I'm not trying to bring forth the faults of each element or show you the opposite of what you are. What I'm going to do is show you your worst fears, nightmares, and horrors brought to life, and then break you that way. No amount of letters will bring you back from that, my little unicorn. Then I will bring you back to your world, so you can watch as I lay waste to it all. Imagine how broken the ponies will be when they see that their heroes are worthless, and in the air, only despair will protect them. Are you nuts? Me and my friends aren't that respected a ponytail. We're just normal ponies to them. Twilight argued, trying to dissuade Mirage from continuing the mad scheme. Oh, my little... Don't you think I know here? Mirage watched close to Twilight. It tugged the unicorn's chin. I am a cat, after all. And we cats are the shadows themselves. Any and all secrets you may think you keep hidden from the world we hear. Every time you stop to do something in the dark, we see it. And I could gain information from all those cats. Twilight pulled away from Ross's sides. What do you mean? Allow me to show you. Mirage turned to walk away from Twilight, moving her hips sultry-like. She opened up a large view image in front of Twilight to show multiple ponies from around Ponyville and Equestria. Mama, I'm scared of the dark, a pink filly said. Don't you worry, sweetie. If you're taken away, I'll get Twilight to save you, a purple Pegasus said. Hey, Bonbon, let's see if we can't get Piggy to raise the party for us. Spitfire sat her alone in her office, looking at reports of the latest recruits, then to a certain file, smiling. She knew that one day she would have to retire, give up the role of captain. However, she also knew that the Wonderbolts would be safe in good hooves. After all, Rainbow Dazzle was one of the best ponies she's ever met. A white unicorn with a fancy mustache looked over a list of names and smiled at one particular one. As he circled it, a long-legged white unicorn with a pink mane and a fleur-de-lis cutie mark draped her hose over his shoulders, smiled at the list. Possible godmother selected. Rarity Bell. A light blue unicorn goes to her mother. Excited about having gained her cutie mark. Talks about how she's going to be as good as an animal caretaker as the same Pegasus who took care of her favorite kitten and taught her how to care for it properly. A Pegasus named Fluttershy. You know what, hun? Without Applejack, that would have been a boring reunion. It did Bingo Dash in the last second. Well, I saw Rarity looking at huge box like you were nothing. Look at the best sisters ever. A white alicorn sat on the balcony, watching small Phyllis where her student lived. She smiled to herself as she began to think of how far the little unicorn had gotten with her studies and friends. It had been 1,000 years since she had the last way to bow, but she knew that there was no need. My dearest Twilight will handle it. She is well protected after all. Mirage turned off the images and screen, turned to Twilight, staring at her face. Do you understand now, little unicorn? Every pony you 6 touched, the souls you helped, and the things you represent to them have become a precious thing to them. Losing that would break them and hurt them like nothing else. So, why not kill me? Why not kill me? It's stop me from stopping you! Twilight asked, her eyes on looking Mirage, while trying to determine where her friends are. Well, Mirage leaned forward slowly, resting her hands at the top of her paws, licking her lips slowly. Evil though I am, I still like to play with my pretty victims once in a while. And seeing that you are out and in my realm now, this gives me a good chance to begin playing with you, my Dear little unicorn. What's that? Mirage opened the roof and back wall of her throne room to show Twilight where she was. What? Twilight, as she looked around the world she was now in. For miles she could see nothing but scattered rocks of varying sizes, cast adrift within the blackness. Where is this place? What happened to... Oh, my throne room is just something I hold together to entertain guests and my new little toys. Now here's my little game, Miss Sparkle. Roz says she walked behind Twilight and ran her hand along the purple fur slowly. You go and find your friends somewhere within my little void and save them from my mind trap. Bring them back here and I will let us go. Maybe. Or maybe I might find something new to do with you, my little pet. Roz says he ran her fingers through Twilight's name, purring against her ear. This caused Twilight to flit away from the embodiment. She looked into the void. Twilight concentrated hard, her mind going into her mana reserves. It was a new spell she had been perfecting for the past few days to present at the school and in front of her teacher. It was something she was very proud of. She wanted a better chance to demonstrate it than in the here and now. She began to tap into the world around her and feel out for the souls of 5 living beings. It was troubling at first. All she could feel was nothing but the chaotic void and the chaos magic within. Then she felt it. Honest and stubborn. Subhony was dependable. Smiling, she continued her focus, feeling out for the warmth of a soul and a deep connection with them. She soon came across a pony full of hope, a pony who would never turn down a friend, a pony with a lovely heart, and a very kind pony. Twilight smiled to herself, glad the spell worked like she hoped it would. Opening her eyes, she looked forward to see the 5 streaks of light coming from her horn. An orange one, a pink bright one, a light blue one, a white one, and a pale yellow one. Turning Mirage, Twilight stated, I will bring my friends back here. And with that, she manipulated the rocks before her to create a pathway to the orange string. Get her. Make her hurt. Mirage said to her fearcast as she watched Twilight run off into the distance. Twilight left from rock to rock, making sure that each jump was set up perfectly. She had no idea how far away her friend was, but she knew that she would make it. It was just so hard to gauge distance in this place. Her only guide, the string, would only appear for 10 minutes at a time, and then long fade by now. Maybe to the next rock. Twilight began to wonder how she could possibly save her friends from their torture. It might be the same, but be patient. Sing? Twilight asked herself as she turned to where the voice was the loudest. Manipulating the rock slowly, she made her way to the voice. You could call it fake, but this is real magic! Making her way to the location, she saw a dark blue unicorn, causing up some violent illusions for herself. Trixie! What? You? What are you doing here, Sparkle? As Trixie, she turned to Twilight, anger in her face. Well, I was... Twilight stopped herself as she heard some low growling. Talk later. Maybe we can focus on them? She then turned around to see the fearcast surrounding them. I'm sorry, I just read the author's notes, guys. Oh. It actually said there was a time when I wrote these stories where I thought if I should use Trixie. Now there's a high chance Trixie shows up. See you next chapter.